I remember one kid in the video, he was like, if this video gets 10,000 likes, I'm gonna get a tattoo of your name. And I was like, bro, like, so the video actually got way more than 10,000 likes. That's the funny part.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah, that was funny.
I saw a picture of this, him signing
out of
kid's
context,
nipple.
it was really funny, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Dropouts. We dropped out so you don't have to. And today I got a very, very special guest for you. You've seen him on this show, like this is the 4th time because he's my co-host. Cameron Wagner.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Today, last week he was my interviewee. This week I'm his. So we're gonna cut straight to the chase. So Cameron, you are a very accomplished YouTuber, airsoft extraordinaire. Kind of give us a rundown of your business here in the airsoft industry.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, it's hard to explain to people what I do, I guess. I kind of just say, it's like airsoft is like fake guns. It has to do with like, it's kind of like paintball, but it's like, I guess the design of them is more mechanical and a lot more like realistic, I guess. So people have a lot more opportunity in the industry to make like, attachments or different models of the guns, different high quality. Some are low, some are high. But yeah, I just kind of basically go to the field, record. Sometimes, I give away guns to people. Basically, it's my channel's entertainment channel based around the industry of airsoft, and the back end, I have some business back end as well, too. So that's mainly what I do. And yeah, it's an interesting industry. It's growing. I think in a few years from now, it'll be, I think, around a $2.5+ billion industry. So it's definitely not a small industry, but it's definitely not, it's not like the automotive industry or, anything like that, like a retail industry or anything like that. But it's definitely growing as a sport. I mean, it's just a hobby after all. So, but now it's my job, so it's kind of cool.
Sorry, I'm gonna backtrack. You said 2.what billion?
2.5, I think, projected industry value. I think this is in a few years from now, like 2025. I think it's projected to be 2.5. I'll look this up right now, just in case. But I'm pretty sure I have that right. Hold on.
Bro, we are in the wrong. Well, you're in the right industry, but I'm in the wrong industry.
I actually would argue against that, but and I'm in the industry.
Oh, I know, but I'm trying to support your. I'm trying to support your side.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
Here, but...
No, yeah. So I was right. It's
cool.
2.25 projected by 2025. So in about 5 years from now, it's gonna be. So it's probably like at least a $1 to $2 billion industry as of right now. I assume.
So would you say it's a rapidly growing industry, or because airsoft's been around for a while, and I know that a lot of military units use airsoft to train especially because like I've gone airsofting once, and I use a Milsim M4, and it was a cool experience. I didn't enjoy getting shot, but like it was a cool experience, and those guns are pretty realistic.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so it's like I understand like how like it benefits the military and stuff, but
exactly.
Would you say that it's a very fast growing industry, or is it a fast paced industry, or how do you describe it?
So according to this article, it says it's kind of like a expected like 6.8% like projected growth. It doesn't really say too much what time it is, but I mean it's growing not rapidly. It's really popular in Europe and Japan. Taiwan has a lot of manufacturers based in that area, same as China too. And then obviously in the U.S. it's growing too. Paintball was, I would think, a lot more popular maybe 20, 15 years ago, but in the last, I would say, decade, I think airsoft has, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure airsoft is actually more popular now than paintball worldwide because of the, Japanese and European markets. In the U.S. it's obviously growing in SoCal. I'm actually based in NorCal right now, but when I'm in SoCal, that's one of the thriving locations in California. There's the hugest or the biggest retailers in the world are actually located in SoCal, as well as the biggest fields with the biggest turnouts of players. So it's definitely a growing industry, but it's it has its pros and cons.
And airsoft is a lot so much like my industry, where it's a lot bigger in Europe, right? Like there's a lot more competition, and it's a lot more popular there. Like where it's kind of playing catch up with Europe. Is that right?
Yeah, it's interesting because I think on the manufacturer side, the industrial side, I think it's some of the bigger retailers are actually in the U.S., but I think the player base or even the popularity in Europe is maybe a little bit more. Like you'll see huge events there, and I think if you ask the average person in Europe and the average person in the U.S., I think maybe Europe in certain areas, maybe like Germany, would know what airsoft is. You know, in California, in U.S., people really don't know what it is. I just kind of say I shoot plastic BBs at people with fake guns, I guess you could say, but.
Yeah. I like to say you shoot guns and make money.
Yeah, I shoot little kids and make money for a living. So.
Don't
and there's
click
our
that
clip.
because we're gonna get sued.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, that's pretty cool though. So how much longer? How long ago did you start your channel and like, how did you get started with it? What was the idea behind it? Why don't you just give us an insight? I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, so basically I started my channel. I looked in it. The channel was created in 2013, but I do not believe I was posting airsoft videos until maybe a few years after that. So I would guess I've been doing YouTube for maybe 4 to 6 years, 4 to 5 years. I'm not really positive on that one, but I know my channel was created about 7 years ago. But I think I just created it just to subscribe to people, and then I also, because I love YouTube, I've been watching YouTube for my whole life. I watch YouTube every day, learn stuff, and get entertained. And yeah, I just kind of took my fascination by the platform and started my own channel. I kind of just started playing at the field, and I just had a GoPro on my head, and I just posted it to YouTube. They're not very good edits, obviously, and I just had fun doing it with some of my friends played airsoft as well. So we kind of just like went to the field. I started recording and just kind of making videos because I thought it was fun. It was like a hobby, right? And then I think junior year of high school particularly, I started to take thumbnails kind of seriously more. I'm like equivalent of a sophomore college student age, if that gives you any reference. So about junior year in high school, I was like, okay, I'm gonna stage thumbnails. I'm gonna try on the titles, the tags. You know, kind of like just put a lot more effort into it. Not to say I wasn't putting effort in, but I was trying more on the marketing side and the growth side. Junior year of high school, and I was like, maybe I don't know where I could take this. Maybe I have a little bit of progression on my channel, so how about I just try this full out and see where it'll take me. So now that's where I'm led to today. So
yeah.
So what was the other point of the question? I forgot the question again. It was
I was just curious, like how long you started and like how you got into it and stuff. Yeah. But so I've been paying attention to your channel since we like really started working together and stuff, and it's grown pretty fast. What do you think was a major part in that growth? Like, what do you think, was it something you did, something that, like, a collaboration with someone else that helped it grow? What was the major turning point or the major thing you did that helped it boost its growth so much?
Yeah, so as soon as I started kind of growing on the platform, I kind of tried to seek out the most popular, I guess, ways people get a lot of views in my industry. Like, in my industry, there's, like, airsoft cheater videos, there's unboxings, now I'm kind of doing montages a little bit more. I never really did that, but I was just trying to seek out the most viewed version of my industry, and I guess you can't really like fake a cheater video, so I kind of just had them like occasionally. I think my first kind of more popular video was a cheater video, and the only problem about and I realized this later on, the only problem with negative information on the platform is it does get views sometimes, but the overall connotation on your channel is bad, and the overall engagement and the amount of subscribers that go onto your channel is not as good. Whereas now I'm kind of doing good stuff for the industry, and not. I mean, obviously you could probably make a cheater video every other time you go to the field, because there's always someone cheating. Not always by intention, but sometimes by accident. But you could clickbait really hard with that. But I've noticed, yeah. So I was just kind of trying to some of my better videos, views wise, were cheater videos, and I think I had a couple unboxing videos that did pretty good. And then I just kept doing unique like guns. I would have like Umbrella Armory. I met them actually at Airsoft Con in Northern California at a field called GamePod Antioch, and they at that time I think I had 3,000 subscribers, and they were like one of the bigger companies in airsoft. Everyone knew them worldwide, and I remember I went up and like shake their hands and like introduce myself and like introduce my channel, and like I'm glad they were nice about it, because I had like 3K subs, and the person they were sponsoring at the time had like hundreds, probably like 500 to like 800,000 subscribers. So I was just like, I was like, I'm doing this. I'm like, I'm posting constantly. I have some growth in my channel. Like, I'm moving to SoCal for college. So, and they're based in SoCal. this event was in NorCal, so I met them there, and I started getting in contact with I met their onboard CEO or on-floor CEO and part owner, Jordan, and then I also got to meet Dade, which is their lead of marketing and social media kind of guy, as well as Zach is one of their good friends too. And when I moved to SoCal, I basically kind of got more, I got more acquainted with them. I kind of reached out to Dade, and I had this relationship starting with them. I met one of their friends, and then I got to meet Dade eventually, and then slowly now I'm friends with basically everyone on the team, and their mission in the company is really cool. So that was kind of one of my I started doing videos with I just basically did unique content with different kinds of guns that people haven't posted before, and obviously making it very engaging and high, and the editing quality was obviously on par to the top people in the industry. And then obviously I was very consistent. I was posting I think at least once a week at that time. And then I noticed I had one video, actually one of my first kind of viral more videos. I actually let a little kid use one of my nice guns, and I remember his dad was like, "Oh, I don't want him to use that. I don't want him to break it." And I was like, you know what, I was like, I don't care. I'd rather show the love for the sport and let the kid use it, and that brings me more joy than me even using it at that time. So and that video actually ended up doing really well and making my channel I think grow. It was I think 10,000+ subscribers. That was one of my big bumps. I think I went from maybe a few thousand. I'm not really sure how much I was at that point, but I think it grew my channel a good 10,000 at that time, because it was I was it was good it was good friendly content. I enjoyed the video. The kid loved the gun, and everyone kind of thought it was funny because the kid in the video, I guess he says, "Don't shoot my dad," and everyone thought that the kid was actually my son, but his dad was actually in the frame a little bit off, so he was actually talking to his dad, but I was right next to him, so he
Daddy
thought I was...
Cameron.
Yeah, oh my god. It was just funny,
Daddy
but
Cameron.
yeah,
everyone comment down below Daddy Cameron.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so that was but I kind of started to realize oh, okay, making good genuine content and helping the industry and spreading the love of the sport is actually the way to go, instead of kind of going the cheater route. I think one of my other videos was an airsoft fight, almost got in a fight, and security was called and shit like that. So that's one side of the views, and then there's the other side, which I think I'm one of the only channels, if not the only one, that really does a lot of giveaways and on-site giveaways. I buy a $300 airsoft gun, for example. I literally just got done filming a video where I'm giving away another $300 airsoft gun. And I basically I give them to people on the field, kids and stuff, that maybe has a more cheap gun. Say he has a $50 spring gun. I'll be like, yo, you want this brand new AK for $300? And there's they light up. It's it's by far my favorite type of video to make, rather than just normal gameplays. Because at that point, when my channel started to grow, when I started doing these kind of unique, I found my own niche in the industry is giving back to people in the industry, and doing giveaways, and that's where I kind of found my my niche in the industry, and I started growing a little bit more with that, and also just keeping up the constant gameplays and unique content is a really important thing for YouTube. But yeah, just finding your niche in the industry is really important, I guess.
So I know that you were saying about the whole giveaway thing, and especially on the on-field ones. I know that's a very popular video that you make. I was just curious more about what was the inspiration when you first did it, because I think you said not a lot of people do that, especially the ones where it's in person on field, the spontaneous, in the moment emotions, what drives it. What was your initial idea for that kind of video when you first did it?
Yeah, so I think the main reason I kind of will go on a little tangent here, because I think the main reason why people don't really do it in my industry as much is because of the super low CPMs we get. We're considered a firearms a firearms channel, even though it's fake guns. We're still monetized in a way through the CPM metrics on YouTube. It's the very, very lowest bracket. So basically, average YouTubers with videos will maybe get $4 to $6 per 1,000 views, and some even if they're a beauty channel or even a personal finance or real estate channel, those people, because it's a money industry and people are a lot more willing to spend money on the ads that they get on those specific channels, where if it's beauty, health industry, or it's finance, so they get a lot better of a CPM rating. And basically that means, and they get anywhere from, I've seen people get you know, like almost 10, or I think the most I've ever heard is 32 per 1,000 views dollars. And yeah, so it's basically like I'm getting at the very, very most on average $1 per 1,000 views, and that's also with a 10-minute video and multiple ads in the video. So I also have mid-roll ads in the videos, and they're over 10 minutes. And if I were to do that on a, like, let's say a normal channel, I'd probably be getting like $4 to $8 of, like, let's just say 5 to 6 on average. I would be making like statistically 5 to 6 more times as much money a month. So that's a big reason why people don't they don't do giveaways, because I mean we literally make dirt money for. I mean we do make some money. So I know some people don't really make money, but I mean for people that do make any kind of money, like
I'm telling you, makeup
it's the
channel.
worst
Gotta
you can
start one.
possibly get.
Gotta start a makeup channel. I'm telling you.
I know,
Next
dude.
Charles.
Next video, honestly, but yeah.
We started a makeup channel.
I know. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's like, so for my industry in particular, where the business side comes in, I think a lot of people in my industry that are, I spit everywhere, but in my industry are kind of like lacking are the back-end business structure of their brand. So there's a decent amount of people that are way ahead of me in like subscribers or brand. And there's a few that are doing pretty good in the business side of things. Novrich, if you guys might have heard of him, he's probably the most well-known airsoft YouTuber. I think he has over 4 million subscribers. There's like Silo Entertainment, again, with I think he has almost 4 million, a little under a million subscribers. And Silo's great at bringing in really good monthly views in his prime. And but Novrich has taken the very smart decision to structure his channel based on like a business. Like he has a whole brand. He went to Taiwan and I think China and has factories or manufacturers working for him that make his own branded airsoft sniper, because that's how his channel kind of blew up, is the whole sniping kind of genre of airsoft, which is all of the big YouTubers except for maybe like maybe a handful all do like sniping mainly, and people are doing more stuff now, but that was like the main like hype when people were growing, was like sniping.
I remember Silo when I first found him. I saw him because of the sniping.
Exactly.
He's really good at it.
Yeah, everyone knows like that stuff, and it's so easy. Like I've never used a sniper in a game, but like, dude, those are so unfair. Like with the guns I use, you can't even reach the snipers because of I'm not even gonna get into it, but it's just kind of funny. I want to use one eventually, but yeah. So it's like, but Novrich has done a very good thing where he's turned his subscriber like basis into like kind of like he's monetized on them through not only AdSense, but also, you know, like he has a back-end on business where that's, you know, or he's making his own guns, he has his own pistol, and a whole bunch of variants of snipers, his own shop and stuff. That's how you really get into the positive monetary kind of portion in our industries through like, I'm going to be doing some other stuff too that's not really physical stuff. You know, most people do like the guns and stuff. I'm going to try to be a little bit more unique. And I guess I've done, where I've kind of found my niche is people know me for giveaways somewhat. I'm trying to be the giveaway kind of guy. Like I want everyone to know me for giveaways. Yeah, dude, how many kids, like bless their heart, how many kids reach out to me and ask for free stuff? I can't even comprehend Mr. Beast's DMs. Like, and he's like such a I forgot his name. Do you know his first name, Mr. Beast? Jimmy. It's Jimmy.
Jimmy, yeah.
Jimmy, he seems like a really genuine guy. And I got a lot of inspiration actually from his videos, watching him. Like, wow, he's like making a difference in people's lives. And I was like, what can I kind of do to, like, you know, help people? Because it's like, airsoft is, you know, fun and all, but it's like doing like I was doing 2 to 3 videos a week, way more than anyone else in my industry. That's, I think, another reason why it helped me grow. I was basically outworking everyone in my industry, putting out 2 to 3 videos a week. Most people put out 1 a week at the most, and some put out you know, once a month, and it just depends on your style. But in my opinion, I think you know, if you're doing it full time, you should be working all the time and putting out as much as you can. Yeah, so I think that consistent output of content will help me grow as well. But yeah, so I did my first giveaway. I was sponsored at that time by a brand, and they helped me actually get 3 different pistols for free. And I went to the field and gave them away. And I was just like addicted. Like, it was like the most fun I've ever had playing airsoft. It was really fun for me, fun for the people that got it in the video and stuff. I remember one kid in the video, he was like, if this video gets 10,000 likes, I'm gonna get a tattoo of your name. And I was like, bro, like so the video actually got way more than 10,000 likes. That's the funny part. And like I was like DMing the kid. I was like, please don't get a tattoo of me like that. That's just so bad. Like I think this kid was maybe like 15, 16, maybe, I'm not really sure. But I was like, dude, do not get a tattoo of me. That's terrible.
That's terrible.
But it was just like a funny story, and but I ended up signing his nipple, so that was fun. But
what? Oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah, that was funny.
I saw a picture of this. Him signing
out of
his
context,
nipple.
it was really funny. Yeah.
Pretty sure that's highly illegal, but
yeah, that kid was he was really cool, but yeah, so I ended up giving him one of the pistols too because he was just too funny, but yeah, so that's when I really want to get into the giveaway stuff. I really liked it. I think it's a little niche in our industry, and I personally like those videos more. And then I did some where like I bought a whole bunch of random shit, like $500 worth of airsoft stuff, and just literally went to like an event at a like store, and I literally just like gave away everything to like, and I ended up giving this little kid like a free gun with his dad on Christmas. That was like so cool to me.
Cool.
It's kind of interesting because it's a little weird to like give stuff to people because like you never know if it's like I don't want to like intrude on their personal space, and it's like I don't want them to feel obligated to like give me something or like feel like they should like be nicer to me or something. I personally just want to give them the product, so it's like fun for me, but it's like it's sometimes a little awkward too, but it's definitely fun.
You need to have them subscribe to the Dropouts YouTube and Spotify
I know.
and iTunes.
Yeah, when we get all that stuff
down
up.
below,
It's all going up. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that's kind of I'm trying to gear towards but the whole reason I said that, I want to do, like I did a giveaway last summer. It's still giveaways, but people actually, they get, so I could release like merchandise, and like a lot of people in my industry release Velcro patches because it's kind of easy. You can just slap it on most people have Velcro on their gear or vests or shirts, so people like kind of patches and stuff. And so I was like, what if I like gave away a super cool like $1,000 gun, or you get a chance to win it if you buy some of the patches, because it's like a little bit of a it's a value for people that buy the patches. They get a cool product, they support me, and they get to have a chance to win like a super cool gun. And hopefully I want to do a lot more of these. I kind of broke even last time, so I'm hoping this last time I actually get like it makes sense as a business thing. But like we'll see. Only time will tell. I'm getting a lot of patches in soon, hopefully in the next few weeks. I don't know when I'm gonna release that too because of this whole quarantine thing. I'm not sure if it's the right move, but we'll see. But I'm also focusing on a lot of other opportunities on for a whole bunch of other stuff too. So that's gonna be interesting too if that works out.
Yeah, so that's actually what I kind of want to get into if you're willing to be open about it. Is we talked a lot about your back end stuff because you were saying that's a huge part of the business thing and a lot of channels lack. Because the CPM is so low, you have to really build the back end of whatever you're doing. So we've talked about a lot of stuff. I know you got your patches, you got a couple of drops coming up, and whenever this thing tides over or whatever.
Yeah.
And you talked about a Patreon kind of membership program. I kind of want to dive into those one by one. So real quick, just kind of give us an idea of the whole patches and the patch drop thing, and talk about your previous stuff and like how you got in the process of getting that figured out, all that stuff. Because I'm very interested to hear, and for the viewers to hear what you had to do to get that. Because, and real quick, I just know that the process of going through manufacturers and designers and all this stuff can be tedious. And I personally, in my attempts to start clothing brands and stuff, I've experienced how tedious it is. So I'm curious your experience with it.
Yeah, it's interesting. So even like getting the idea for it, I actually took it from a different industry. I guess they didn't really invent it, but it's I love cars. Like cars is like it's super bad. I think about cars all the time. It's a
we know.
Yeah, it's like I'm addicted to cars. Like it's so bad. I know every price spec on the market of like every exotic car, and I'm really into like old cars, some are old cars too. Anyway, but I watch a lot of automotive content because I love that kind of content, and they started doing a system where if you buy some of their merchandise or their like products or clothing, you get a chance to win like a built car. So I was like, okay, what if I do the same thing for airsoft, where I just take patches and I make cool designs that people want to buy even if there wasn't a giveaway, and also have like this like built gun that's like most guns you could buy for like $100 to $300 for airsoft, but these guns I'm giving away are like thousands of dollars. Like they're the best quality guns you could get.
I didn't realize that was the inspiration to that. But that's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, That's where I kind of I knew people like Omaze, like those huge companies do stuff like that, but where I saw people I watch on YouTube do it, I was like, okay, maybe this actually is working. And then I kept seeing like more and more companies and like even like automotive shops start doing it. I was like, okay, this has to be profitable at some point. My first drop was last summer, and I don't think I was very profitable. I might have been a little bit under or hit, or I was broke even.
You didn't stray far from it.
Yeah, it was a good data run. I call it a data run. Like I now know, okay, how much I can kind of sell now, like how much people are willing to pay for stuff, how shipping went, because this was my first time like shipping anything out. So I was like, I just wanted to get the gist of everything. So I kind of got the hang of it now. So this next drop will be a little bit more easier.
How many subscribers did you have by then? Like
I had 30-ish thousand at that time.
And how many do you have now?
I think I'm at 130 something. I think 100. I haven't checked in like a week.
High 130s.
Yeah, like 130 something. I think.
I think you're getting close to 140. I don't know where you were at.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
It doesn't matter now because it's gonna change as people watch this different times, but.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, like another part of it too is I want to build like a big brand that has like really good reputation and quality and stuff like that. So I kind of went the expensive route. Like I got a artist from Italy to make all the designs, and that took a few weeks. And then also I went through a U.S. Manufacturer of the patches, so it was like the best quality. And I'm not really sure if I think it's kind of this. I'm learning, like I know way more stuff about what I was doing before, and I cut my costs a lot, and I ordered a lot more patches this time too. So I have a way better I guess experience or data on what kind of business I'm opening up with this like opportunity. But yeah, so I'm just trying to get the best stuff you can, and make it valuable for people. Not only are they getting physical products, as they're also getting a chance into the giveaway, and make sure the giveaway items are the best quality they could be, and maintained really well before they're sent off to the owner or the new owner. And yeah, so that's basically. And then I guess you mentioned the Patreon thing. Mm-hmm. I guess I could talk a little bit about that. So I actually have not launched this I guess business venture yet, because I'm still kind of adjusting to things, and I'm trying to take a whole bunch of
and you're also still working on your current patch thing, because I mean that's been a process, and I know it took you a while to get everything sorted. You kind of skipped ahead a little bit, but more or less, we're looking now. We're going to talk about going towards the future. So this whole Patreon thing, how is this going to set you? Well, first of all, what is it? And secondly, where is this going to take you to? Which direction is it taking you towards in your business? And then I'll ask a follow-up question to that.
Yeah, so I want to continue doing the giveaway patch thing, like as long as I can, as long as this next drop actually is monetarily makes sense. I'm not just wasting time and money, and people feel like they got a good value out of the products and stuff. But I want to do that a lot more, because I think it's a really cool idea, and I love giving away stuff. But the Patreon I've thought about as a so I was thinking about a whole bunch of different kind of routes I wanted to take with my with the business in general, and I think Patreon was a good business plan, because with the way I want my brand to be, it's all kind of like a giveaway thing, a donation thing. I think it's it doesn't make me come off as like someone that just wants a quick buck or anything like that. I want to make it like long term, and have longevity in my business. So basically, I'm thinking about launching. I have some stuff on my wall. I have a little business plan with like 3 tiers on Patreon, and like opening something like a Discord, and like having bonus videos. Because I post 2 to 3 times a week, so I could just post once a week or twice a week on my normal YouTube channel, and then post a few extra videos, even a few extra a week on my Patreon, so that people are getting way more value. And and giving the people that are in a higher tier, maybe it's like $5, $10, $15 a month. People that are in the mid to higher tier ones will be getting free patches, free entries into the giveaways. I want to do a separate giveaways on the Patreon that are way better than the ones on YouTube, and do a lot less on YouTube. And so it just makes people want to go to the Patreon, and it's purely donation. I'm not and I'm providing value for every tier, you know. And then obviously like the most expensive tier I could do, I wrote down like I could do live streams every week with people that are in that tier and to ask me like questions on really anything like how to get better at airsoft, or how to start a YouTube channel, or advice on their personal YouTube channels if I want to do a personal case study on their YouTube channel. Yeah, so I think that's really a cool thing. So everyone's getting a lot of value out of it, and I think it's a unique system. I think it has a pretty good longevity as it's a different platform than YouTube. I'm not really sure who owns Patreon. If maybe even Google owns it. I think Google owns YouTube, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but you know, Google might be able to. They might own Patreon as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's a different platform than YouTube. So I could do the the $5. I think there's like a $5 membership thing on YouTube nowadays. But I think Patreon's a cool example because there's different tiers and you get different values from those different tiers, and people, you know, they're getting to talk with me more. I'm getting to help people out more, interact with more people, because with Instagram and YouTube it's hard to keep up all the messages on the whether it's comments or DMs. It's just like I would have to take hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of my day to respond to like give a cool response, not cool, give a cool, I keep saying cool, give a good response to individuals, because I don't want to copy and paste messages or even like give people half-ass answers to comments. So I like to give people you know, because I think of everyone equal, right? Like just because I have some subscribers doesn't mean I'm shit, right? Like we're all equal. I just put some time into something, and that's why I have some people subscribe to me. But yeah, again, just kind of I think that tier system could be interesting, and then also I have some stuff I don't want to actually talk about on the right now because it's a little bit secret, going to the Patreon stuff. But it's just providing more and more value for those top tier Patreon donation people, I guess.
And I feel like as your fan base starts to grow, they're gonna want more from you, and this is a way to give them more without putting in more work, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it would be more work in a sense that like I would have to, you know, but I would rather people paying money. I would give the way more of my attention to those groups of people. You know, it's
the people who are seriously big fans.
Yeah, I would love to.
Giving them attention.
Yeah, it's like I would love to, you know, respond to every single comment on my YouTube channel, but it's sometimes hard, and I don't have enough time with editing and recording and all the other stuff going on in my life. So it's, you know, I could hire like full-time people to do it, but that'd be kind of stupid. So I'd rather give the, you know, obviously the top tier people my full attention and give them cool responses. You know, do live streams and just talk with those people too. Because those people, like I've talked to a few people that are that have been following me for a while, and they're really cool to hang out with on the field and stuff.
Well, and also like I remember you telling me a couple days ago, you're like, bro, I just spent 2 to 3 hours responding to all my Instagram DMs. I'm like, bro, like I mean, there comes a point where you just can't, like, even that's why like a lot of like the big, like the bigger name celebrities are like, they kind of give up on it just because there's so many people, and there's a lot of hate that comes. Like I don't think you'd experience it much because
it's not too bad now, and I'm pretty like, but I'm like whatever.
Like for me with mine, because I actually get I don't get as many DMs as you because there's a bunch of kids asking for free guns, but like when I get a lot of DMs, are either like questions, but I have gotten some negative criticism. It's mainly just change your music.
Yeah, there's criticism, and then there's just like being an asshole.
And then I'm just like, well, okay, what do you want me to do about it? That's like I literally threw up a poll because everyone was saying stop with the rap music, and it won like 75 to 25%. And they want rap. I'm like, bro, But
it's interesting.
I like the idea of having a Discord because then it allows you to really connect with your audience a little bit more, and you can get better feedback too, one way.
Yeah, exactly.
I fill up a lot of Instagram polls just because since I started the documentary series, which I mentioned in the last episode, like I've gotten a much more engaging audience as it's grown.
Yeah.
To people who actually genuinely like swipe up my story, you know, they DM me saying they like a video, like they're actually genuinely interactive, and I love it, you know. And it's that audience that's going to help you ultimately create better content as they give you feedback.
Yeah, exactly. Because those people most of the time have been watching me the longest, or they watch all my videos and support me. So they're the best ones to give me advice. You know, if they're like, I hate this in your video, you shouldn't add this. You know, those people, I'm going to be taking their advice way more seriously. Yeah, the thing with the DMs too is like, I recently been doing videos where I'm like, if you follow me on Instagram and like my video and comment, you will get a chance to win the free gun in my videos. Sorry, I was thinking about something else. But basically, like, I've been getting, like, I'll get, like, I think I didn't read my DMs for, like, a few days at that point, and it was, like, I had, like, 100, it says, like, 99 plus, whatever, but, like,
Jesus
most
Christ,
most of those, like, comments were just, like, can I have a free gun, or telling me some, like, I don't want to say fake sob story, but, some kind of story on why they deserve a free gun, and it's, like, I remember when I was their age, like, I was, like, mowing lawns, I was hustling, I was, like, thinking about ways to make money. I wasn't ever asking for things. So in that perspective, it's hard to, like, but I do, like, and that was the first time ever I've actually copied and pasted a message to people. It was like, I love, even if they're asking me, like, can I have a free gun, I try to be as personalized and, like, nice to people as I can. And, like, recently, I had, like, so many messages, I was just, like, copy and pasting the same, like, this is when the giveaway is, like, this is how you enter and stuff. And because it was just, like, hours and hours of stuff.
It sucks, but it's like when you get to that level of traffic, there's not much you can do, because you can only give them so much of your time, and especially when it's like the whole, like, when's the giveaway, can I have a free gun? It's like they're not genuinely wanting to talk to you, and it's just like they just want your gun, and there's nothing, like, too bad about it, because this is your business model is based on giveaways, especially with YouTube, and it's like you can't get mad at them for it, but you shouldn't be giving them all your time for it, you know?
Like, it's hard,
it's a good balance you have to figure out, and so I feel like a lot of and that's a great example when you said I'm just gonna go and tell them, like, this is the deets, whatever, this is the time or whatever, and then that way they get at least some info, and you're not wasting all your time.
It's just like, I love to give people the time of day, and, like, because I don't, obviously, like, I don't have really an ego at all, and I don't think I'm better than anyone else. Like, if someone asks me a question, I think as if I'm asking someone a question, it's like the same. Like, I watched a whole bunch of YouTubers. I've never really reached out to many, but, like, when someone, has, like, a similar follower basis and that I reach out to them, they don't message me back, it's like, well, I mean, I'm like, I have the same, maybe numbers as you, and I'm reaching out to people, so it kind of sucks. And, like, a lot of people that I respond to on Instagram, a lot of them say, like, oh, you're the only YouTuber that's ever responded to me, and I'm like, well, that kind of sucks. Like, not a lot of people, most people will see, like, 99 DMs many people will see 99 plus DMs, and they'll just press delete all, whereas I go to each individual one, and, maybe half of those I had to copy and paste a message because they were just asking for free stuff, but, like, I try to, like, give the time of day for people, because it, like, again, like, that's just, like, I guess who I am, but I know.
And I'm on the much earlier stages of traffic when it comes to DMs. Like, maybe I'll have one every other day, maybe one a day, and it's like I'm trying my best to get in the good habit of responding when I can, even if it's just double tapping their message or sending a thumbs up or something. Just some sort of interaction.
Yeah, just some kind of, like, it's like how do you say that? Like a validation of their, like, message or something.
Exactly.
You don't want to just, like, read it and just be like, fuck you,
You also don't want to come off as a prick that's too busy, for them, So it's like, there's a fine balance you have to find between, finding time to do it and not wasting time on them. And it's like, I'm trying to get in the habit of doing that, because, I mean, I'm not going to say, like, it's, like, your Instagram page is probably growing a lot faster than mine, but, like, mine is growing close to, like, 10 followers a day, which is more than I've ever experienced. So it's like I'm trying to get in a habit so that if, God forbid, some big name writer reposts my thing and I get, like, 20 followers every day or something like that, and people start flooding me with DMs and stuff, then it's like I don't want to get caught up in the 99 plus and then just hit that delete all.
Yeah, it's like it's interesting. But, and the same with comics, like, too. I used to, when I was, like, a freshman in college, I remember when I released my videos, I'm trying to do this now more again, and there's a reason why I don't do this, but I used to, like, I used to respond to every single one of my comments after I posted a video that following weeks of comments, so I would be there for, hours on end responding to comments from that previous week, giving everyone, like, a thoughtful response. So I thought that was really important for, like, even a brand image too. But
especially when you're
it's
growing.
hard
especially
now,
when you're growing.
Like, it's way harder now, and it's for me, like, I'm trying to get the mentality of not everything's about numbers. I don't want to focus on numbers. So I've been checking my subscriber count. Like, I didn't even know how many subscribers I had. I've been trying to check it a lot less.
You told me not to tell you, so I haven't said
exactly.
anything.
Like, I tell people not to tell me
because
it's like. Yeah, because it's like I usually check once a week when I post a video, usually now. But like I don't want to post a video and then be like, oh, that didn't do well. I'm not getting enough subscribers. Like then it like hurts your mentality, and that's why I don't like respond to comments a lot anymore, because like I have to actually check like my account to go on the comments so that I see my numbers. So like it's been really like healthy for me, like just posting a video, doing the best you can with the video, marketing it the best you can, putting it out there, and then hoping for the best and just focusing on the next video. I think that's really good.
I've been in the very bad habit of doing exactly what you're trying not to, and just focusing on numbers, because while we're in this quarantine, I've been really pushing my socials and the numbers on that. And it's like my downfall, but it's also beneficial because I've been paying attention to
like data and
my
stuff,
analytics.
Right? Yeah.
Like yesterday, I posted a video because I've been trying to my followers challenge me to do every day, and I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of helping me because I'm less motivated to do it, especially with it now that we're kicking off this podcast and stuff. I'm so busy editing and filming and dealing with other business stuff.
Yeah.
God, I'm so slim right now, but but it was like, I was watching and I've been paying attention to all numbers as they go live, and I like try not to focus on it too hard. And it's like, I was looking and I'm like, why is this lower? Like, this is like so low, because it was like, I usually try and go for 100 every hour as long as possible.
Yeah.
Because like at my stage, if I get 1,000 views for every video, I consider that a success.
Yeah.
And it was like 150 at 2 hours, 220 at 3 hours, and then all of a sudden 4 hours hit, and it like caught up or something, or like surpassed it. It like had a giant gap, and I was watching the hashtags, because I've been playing with new hashtags, trying to see the analytics behind it and see how if more is better, difference or better.
Yeah.
And the hashtag was like 64, and the hour that it jumped to like 500.
Oh, okay.
With my reach on the hashtag. So like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And now it's like at like almost like 1,500, 1,600 views after nearly 2 days. I'm like,
yeah. Like for me, I remember when I was growing my Instagram, that was a big thing, was the hashtags. And nowadays, I don't really know what it is, but like I would assume I getting similar numbers as you, and you're a little bit lower level for what is it called? I guess followers on Instagram. But like our views are similar. But I've noticed like in not only airsoft industry, because it's like a fake guns industry, it's always getting shunned and demonetized and pushed out of the algorithm on all social medias. I can't even monetize on Facebook because of it too. Like at least YouTube I can monetize on it, like kind of. It's the lowest you could possibly get, but at least it's something. Whereas Facebook, it's like literally like you cannot get monetized. And the only reason I know that is because I reached out to the top guy, and I think he has like 750K on at least 700 plus on Facebook, and he has
similar my ass, bro. You're rocking like 3,800 views, and I'm sitting here at like 1,500.
Yeah, but that's pretty close though. It's not like I'm getting 100K per, like that'd be way different. When I was popping on Instagram, I think
it would be like 2K.
No, I think they've been getting like what, 2 to 4-ish, like at the most 4, which is not very good for the amount of followers I have. Like I used to get like 10 to 100K views per like Instagram post when I was like growing my Instagram by using. I found a really good hashtag combo, but it doesn't really work now.
With the algorithm nowadays, like engagement's so hard because so let me break this down. Basically, the gist is that when you post a photo or a video on Instagram, the first 10 minutes, your post gets shown to, I think, like either 10 or 20% of your followers.
Yeah.
And based in the first 10 minutes, based on the engagement, if a lot of them like it, it'll be shown to more. It's like a gate system. So like if you get a certain amount of views or likes with these followers, the gate opens to the next one, and then it keeps going. And then until you don't pass that gate, like the gate does not open, you're stuck there. It sucks for engagement, and that's why like I think they're making the numbers a little higher for you to reach for yours, and that's why your son might not be getting as much engagement.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Fortunately, mine it's motorsports, so I don't think there's anything super bad about that. So I think it's a little bit more flexible.
Yeah.
But like, a lot of like pages and genres have been getting like basically from this algorithm. So like I understand how like it's gone downhill since.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I think you're on about that that like gate system, because like I've noticed when I post a video, I'll get lots of people commenting or like liking the video and a decent amount of views, but like then as time goes on, a few days after, it's just dead. because it gets shown to that 10 to 20% of my audience, and everyone likes, maybe most people like the video, they get shown it because they like my content, they follow me, but then once maybe it's not as much people as it was before, and then it kind of gets censored on the algorithm, I guess. Not censored, but like just not pushed, I guess, in their algorithm because of the lack of views, I guess, percentage wise on followers. Maybe I don't know how it works, but yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, it's a really weird algorithm, and I don't know why they haven't changed it yet, especially with all the complaints. Or I think it's more beneficial monetarily for them, like they get more ad revenue and stuff. This method, I don't know.
Not sure.
But like I remember, like if you catch the wave with the algorithm, it pushes you far, and I think that's where I'm actually at right now, is because like the past couple of videos I've been doing, they've all been hitting like record numbers of views, like especially recently, because my engagement took a plummet like towards the end of the second half of last year, and so it's now starting to build back up, and I think it's catching momentum in now, and because I'm posting so consistently, it's really starting to get that engagement. But I like your page and a lot of other pages are suffering because of it, so it's really interesting to see.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So, I want to ask another question that you brought up, and I don't know what this is, and this is something I wanted to talk to you about YouTube.
Gotcha.
Because you mentioned there was a new program for self-monetization.
Yeah.
Or something.
So that literally, I literally just we took a break, and I literally just saw an email with this. It's I wrote down a little bit of stuff. I think I know enough to talk about a little bit. It's like a 3-minute video they posted up for creators. I don't know if this is everyone that's monetized on YouTube, or if it's certain people or certain sub counts or anything like that. But it says, I got an email. It's called YouTube self-rating system. I think it's something like that, or self-monetization rating system. I'm not sure what it is. I just wrote down my notes. But basically, like, it went live like maybe. The email went live maybe half an hour ago, and I watched the whole video. It was like 3 minutes long. Basically, what they were kind of explaining was like, because I'm guessing because of the quarantine, they don't have enough people to manually review videos, because they have a automated algorithm that watches videos for keywords or cussing or bad stuff in the videos, such as like firearms or fake guns. In my videos, mine get suppressed too because of that, and or ads does especially. I'm not sure if the actual videos do. I have no proof of that. But the just stuff like alcohol or drugs or anything like that that's like inappropriate for YouTube. People like Steve will do it, or Nelk are suffering from that monetarily, and those are the only people that are getting worse ad revenues than I do, because all their shit gets demonetized. Steve will do it. He'll get 1 million, 2 million views on a video, and he'll get maybe like $1,000-ish, while I would get maybe a little, I guess not that much more, but maybe a little bit more money. But he gets, I think last time he posted some of his numbers because he was pissed off, and I was like, man, like he's getting even worse than I'm getting, and I'm like, his might have been demonetized too, so that might have not helped, but they have a whole other business back end, what we could talk about in another episode. But that makes
actually I'd like to analyze that, because
I've been watching them for a while. Impressive. They're very smart. Basically, like I want to do 2 points too, but they're really small. So basically,
go ahead.
Well, so the self-rating system, basically, it's like because of this whole quarantine thing and stuff, they don't have enough people in person in their office to actually do manual reviews on videos that are getting flagged or demonetized in the algorithm based on their AI or algorithm system. So basically, I think this is what they're doing, is releasing this like self-rating system, so that it's basically making us do the work that they should do, which is it's debatable, but it can have some good pros as well. I'm not sure how majority of YouTubers will react, but it's kind of like it's okay. I don't think it's a bad or good thing necessarily, but it basically you flag in your video what you think is bad. Like, it's kind of funny, ironic. You're basically screwing yourself over, but like for my videos, I'll have to flag a box that's firearms and fake gun related videos, and that video, I'm not sure if that will permanently limit my ads completely now. If I'm like, I really won't make any money at all, like I'm making some, but maybe I literally won't make any, I might be really fucked now. But like but and YouTubers that cuss or use like stronger language, and I think the examples were hell and damn were like not bad language, like they're like light language. But so if you're using like fuck or shit or like cunt or anything like that, like like you're even more
just
fucked.
Use all of them, so we're screwed.
Yeah, no, fuck it, whatever. We're not monetizing right now anyway. But yeah. So basically, you're you check what kind of things your channel like kind of, I guess, like has in it. So if it has language, or mine has fake guns in it, or even alcohol and drugs is probably going to be a section, or anything like that, any kind of non-age appropriate topic, you'll check that manually and then you'll send it off. And they were saying based on how accurate your checks are throughout a period of time, the system will they'll trust your manual reviews more. So eventually, I think if you've done maybe a couple or like 10, I don't really know how many they'll do, but like if you have checked things that the algorithm also checked and they line up, then you will get to, then they'll trust your self rating from now on. Like they'll just trust you, I guess.
So in theory, if you're really good and they like start trusting you, so after like a month or two of posting videos and doing it correctly, could you slip a video or two here and there that are like miss something, quote unquote miss something, or is it too risky?
I don't know if they would still unflag you from that. I mean, I literally don't know that much about it, but I would assume that. I don't know if they would take you off that algorithm list to be checked to not waste resources, or if they would still keep you on there just in case you like go off and on some crazy rant with like terrible things in the video. But I would think it might be more
like our entire podcast.
Yeah, but I think it might be beneficial for people maybe that like have different types of videos. So maybe like example like Cody Ko, for example. I watch him a lot. He's really smart too. He has a Patreon stuff figured out with his podcast. But basically, it's actually Cody Ko and Noel Miller's podcast. But they Tiny Meat Gang, if you guys know. But they but they actually. But they do, like, Cody has some videos on his channel that have language in it and maybe some that don't. I would assume that he has some that don't and some that do. So, he'll probably be in that upper algorithm. Like, maybe he will have some videos that are not monetizable and some that are. Then he'll guarantee get monetized on those videos because he's trusted in the algorithm. Not really sure how it works, but, yeah, so that's basically... well, I guess time will tell to see if this is a good idea or not. We'll never know, but we'll see.
I'm very curious to see how it goes. So I kind of just want to wrap up here. If... Let's say there's those kids out here who really wants to learn airsoft, wants to start a YouTube channel with it, or even just anyone wants to start a YouTube channel. What advice would you give them when they're first starting so that they can be successful from the get-go?
I would say,
or are they in the correct direction to be successful?
Yeah, so I would say first off, social media, like the pluses of it are, I mean, social media followings in general have such different dynamics in different industries to be monetized and used in a cool way and benefit everyone. So I think it's a really cool industry. YouTube has a kind of a legal monopoly, in my opinion, on the photo hosting, or sorry, a video hosting kind of industry. There's not really any competition, so, and they're owned by Google, I think, so they have a lot of back-end stuff. But and they're making these algorithms that eventually will get better. That and so it's interesting. It's going a little bit more towards like a TV kind of scene, which is kind of bad. So I guess we'll see how it goes, but basically, yeah, it's like if you're starting a YouTube channel, I would find out something obviously that you like, have interest in, and passionate about, maybe a hobby or just something that you're fun. I like real estate stuff or personal finance. Maybe I would start a channel on that because I love that stuff and talk about that stuff. AKA the podcast. We could talk about business stuff all day long. Yeah.
Dropouts. But, subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe, guys. Well, I mean, why wouldn't you, right? Like, I'm pretty ugly.
Dude.
He's pretty ugly. Like, it's the best podcast ever.
Yeah,
right?
but we got humor. That's why girls like us. You'll see soon in a few episodes.
Exactly. But yeah, so basically, if I were to give advice on growing a YouTube channel, find your niche, find your industry, do something you love that you can do long term, and basically find your place in that industry. Whether for me, I found my little kind of positivity on the culture in my industry, which people like, and just doing unique stuff, outworking everyone in your industry, doing unique stuff, finding like constantly be testing different titles, tags,
diversify yourself.
Yeah, and just do everything in your power to be unique. And it kind of depends on case by case basis on what kind of YouTube channel you're. I mean, I watch YouTube all the time. I know a lot about all the different industries and types of YouTubers and stuff like that, and their back ends and their front ends too. But yeah, I would say overall, just find your niche, something you like to do, and just work your ass off. Usually it's going to take you years to get a lot of subscribers. Yeah. Most YouTubers say that post a video every single day for 2 years, and then maybe you'll get some subscribers. That's the hard, cold, stone version of it. But
that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I would say post. Hopefully once or twice a week would be really good. That's a lot to start out with, especially if you have a full-time job. I was doing school, I had work and all that stuff, and I was doing it, tens and tens and tens of hours a week, working it's basically a full-time job with the editing and stuff, depending on how many videos you're doing a week and all the research and back end stuff. But basically, yeah, just like be consistent at it, like never give up. I mean, I'm telling you, like I almost switched industries a few times, and like, you know, right when I didn't give up, right, like I didn't really give up, but I was gonna take it a lot less seriously, and I was gonna go to like automotive videos and stuff for a while there. And right when I didn't do that, you know, a few months later, my channel it started to grow a lot more. So it's like right as there's like that little meme, and I'll put it up on the screen, but it's like when that guy's like right about to strike the diamonds, and then he gives up, and the other guy keeps going, and he gets the diamonds. That's literally
gotta keep going.
Yeah, any way you can make money by yourself, like any kind of entrepreneurship or business way, you have to be consistent, work really hard, find your unique place in the industry. And if you have any personal messages, message me on my personal Instagram, which will be linked down below, because I'm a lot more inclined to respond to those, or not more inclined, but you know, a lot. It's just easier for me to respond to those. But yeah, like if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe. This is a little bit of my story, a little bit of your story. We went over last episode. Turn on post notifications to stay updated when we post. We dropped out of college, so you don't have to. For our entrepreneurship journey, we don't know shit, but we're all figuring it out. So see you guys in the next episode.
Figure out with us. See you next week.
Peace.